Hey, good day. Welcome to the marvelous life and times of Faithful Island. Yo, what's wrong with you?
No, I'm sorry.
I love that name, bro.
I couldn't hold up. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah, it's catchy and it's pretty funny.
okay. Y'all be quiet? Okay. All right, back to what I was saying. Hey, good day. Welcome to the marvelous life and times of Faithful Island Men. I'm your host, DJ Nothings. I'm here with my co-host, Jay. And
Hey,
I'm
what's
also
up?
here with the original co-host on the original podcast, The Skid and the DJ, Illogic. Just a slight introduction to Illogic for a lot of you who never met him before. Illogic is a rapper. Illogic is a skateboarder. Illogic delivers food for DoorDash. Yeah. Illogic. All right, we good. Yeah.
Why? Why
What?
would you, bro? What?
What?
How did you left the? Okay, all right.
Illogic is a very busy person, and he does bouncing. I'm not talking about the club. I'm talking about like in the that's what I meant. Now you remember Roller Bounce, that corny show? Anyway,
The movie.
I never
Bro,
watched
what
it though.
the
I just
fuck is going
so
on right now?
Illogic is part of the movement. He's part of the team. He was once immature, but now he's going to maturity. So he's not a boy with a beard. He's a man. You know what I mean? So the marvelous life and times of Faithful Island Men is proud to have Illogic here for a discussion of maturity and movement. So Illogic, welcome.
Thank you very much. Feels great to be here.
It's amazing, amazing, amazing times. Jace, something you got to say?
No, I'm actually good. I'm here just having a good time.
Are we
Right.
still doing the Jay got something to say segment?
No.
No.
Jay,
That
Jay
segment-
don't.
that segment is-
Jay don't got nothing to say.
Those were classic.
Jay don't got nothing to say. But yeah, so to everybody, welcome, greetings, hello, good day, good afternoon, good morning, good night. Blessings overall. We're just happy to be here another day that we're alive and be able to spread the magical word to you and let everybody know what's really going on and to keep this movement going in the direction where it needs to go. So today, Illogic, again, my blood cousin, he's the individual who I mentioned on the prior podcast, who is of not only Nivision but also Bayesian descent. So straight out the Caribbean, you can't get much more Caribbean like that. Right down there, smack in the middle. Illogic, I do remember you giving me a particular story one time where you was working the club. And I know once you work the club, you got the suit on, the hair done up nice, and the beard clean up, and all those things. So you have to have a professional element attached to you. And basically, you tell it better than I could. Just let the world know what took place. And I just want everybody to understand how brave and powerful the thing that he did, because at any point in time he could have succumbed to weakness,
Unfaithfulness.
unfaithfulness, but he chose not to. You understand? He fought the original. Yeah, Illogic, talk to them. Illogic, give the mic.
First and foremost, I am happily married to a wonderful Antiguan woman.
Marvelous.
Wonderful.
Cheers.
Antigua all day.
Okay, calm down. Cheers.
So with that being said, as a bouncer, I get a lot of nights like these, but this one in particular, was a very, very aggressive group of females. And the beard is what drew them in. I'm not gonna lie, because as I'm checking IDs, they're looking me up and down, like, "Oh, you got a nice beard," and I'm like, "Thank you, look but don't touch," because people have tried to randomly touch my beard before with no consent, and I'm just like, I will clothesline you. But anyway,
that's wrong. Like that's the other thing. Like a lot of individuals don't know how much work it is to take to grow beards and locks, and don't touch me. You understand? You wasn't there in the morning with anyway. I digress.
But yeah, it's like, look but don't touch. Legit, I've been having a conversation with one of the regulars, my friend, and some random drunk girl just walks past me and rubs her hand on my beard, and I'm like,
Yo, the disrespect.
as she's walking out the door, so I can't even like kick her out because she's already leaving.
We don't
And
kick women though. We just ask them to leave generously.
My friend's like, "Do you know her?" I'm like, "I've never met her before."
And you know what? If it was the other way around, you probably be in jail for sexual harassment right now.
Definitely.
These are the things that we're talking about. Jeez.
Nah, you're definitely right. That would have been a whole other issue. But yeah, this one particularly drunk group of girls comes in. It's one of their birthdays, so they get all dressed up and dolled up, makeup on, heels, tight dresses. They're coming to party.
Dolled out.
They're already drunk, and they
Right.
come in and they're drinking some more. So, like I said, as I'm checking the IDs, they're looking me up and down and asking if they can touch my beard, which is, the answer is obviously no.
Solid no. Mandatory no.
So yeah. All right, so they all Went to the bar. They had some drinks, and one of them just kept coming back to me like, "Oh, can you ask the DJ to play this song?" Or, "Oh, just trying to make small talk with me." And I already know it's happening, so I'm, being polite and respectful as possible. Like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do this. I'm supposed to stay at my post, this, that, and the third. So now she gets extra drunk. She wanders away for about half an hour. Now she comes back extra drunk. This guy's trying to dance with her. And, of course, she runs right to me like, oh, my God, get him away from me. I don't want him to touch me. He keeps trying to do this and that and the third. And I'm looking at the guy, and he's looking at me like, bro, I really didn't even do anything. I asked her for one dance.
Right. And then again, you're in the club, so things like that will take place.
Yeah. I think she's just using it as an excuse to, come back to me. But I looked at the dude. I gave him the quick up and down look like, bro, just chill. He's like, all right, I'm going to leave her alone. So the night's winding down.
That's a powerful move by that king over there. He's like, you know what? Not getting involved in it. That's a powerful move.
Nah, bro, because sometimes they take it too far, and I
Correct.
got to throw them out, and I don't feel like throwing anybody out that night. Just got my suit dry cleaned. I wasn't trying to get it wrinkled, no blood on it, none of that extra stuff, So the night is ending, club's closed, DJ hit them with you don't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. And they're all, like, congregating in the corner, like, by the bar, just talking, and they keep looking over, and her friend is whispering, and I can kind of hear some of the conversation, like, oh, you should go talk to him, like, no, you want to blah, blah, the regular. So her friend comes up and advocates for her. Like, my friend thinks you're really good looking. She wants to talk to you. And I'm hit her with you know what? We're all grown here. Send your friend over here and she can talk to me if she wants to try and talk to me. Keyword try.
Try. You got to give him that hope. Give him that hope.
So she came over and she was like, oh, my gosh, I like you. You're so professional. You look good. I've never seen you here before, this, that, and the third. Just a whole hail of compliments that I've heard all before. Mind you, she's drunk, so I'm not really taking any of this seriously.
Right.
So then she asked if I have a girlfriend, and I'm like, yes, I do have a girlfriend.
Let's see what takes place now.
And normally when girls hit on me and I tell them I have a girlfriend, they kind of back off, or they be like, oh, she's lucky, yada, yada, yada. But this one, I feel like the alcohol had a part to play in it. She's like, oh, well, that's okay. We can still do X, Y, Z.
XYZ, like what?
No.
What There's no XYZ.
There's no XYZ.
There's no XYZ. What XYZ is she talking about? There's no XYZ.
All right, so she was like, yo, we could still go out. Like,
Go out where?
On a date.
Nah. The only place y'all could possibly go is church.
But yeah, she's like, we can go out on a date, like as friends. It doesn't have to be anything. I've heard this before,
Treachery.
mind you. So
Treachery. They do this to their own kind. Treachery.
I'm letting her get the spill out because I already know what my response is gonna be. So she's just like, yeah, your girlfriend's lucky. I'm not really trying to take you from her, even though that's exactly what she was doing.
Yeah. Stevie Wonder could see that.
She's like, she was like, we could be friends. I don't want to. And then I'm like, as tempting as that offer is, you happen to have bumped into a faithful island man.
Amen.
Cheers.
Amen.
Cheers.
And then I went home, and I told my girl, every time this happens, I go home and I tell my girl the stories, and we just laugh about it.
Yes. But that's sins. This is what I'm talking about.
This is sensational.
And because at the end of the day, there was no negative feedback. You had that conversation with her, and she accepted it for what it was. But some ladies, unfortunately, they get upset, like, oh, why you have girls hitting on me? And it's like, what? Who told? What do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? How do I stop somebody? Like,
to be perfectly honest, like I said, this happens a lot. Like at least like once a night, I get hit on, and it's just like I said, they're usually 95% of the time they're drunk. Other 5% of the time they're just ratchet, or I saw them come in with a whole man, and I just don't take them seriously. Any girl that tries to pick me up at a club scene, I don't take seriously.
but at the end of the day, cheers to you. You did a powerful thing. You did a marvelous thing. You did a wonderful thing, and you are a strong representative of what we have and what we're encouraging and what we're trying to show to the world that was taking place in the Caribbean. That we are great men, and we out here, we making a difference. And you know what? Stories like this, they get tossed under the rug. Or it's like, oh, it's once in a million. I mean, Jesus died one time.
Exactly. Well, in my case, my stats are a little higher than that because, like I said, I get hit on pretty much every night I'm at work. So I got a pretty high percentage of, rejections and faithfulness.
Hey, marvelous.
Sensational.
You have no other words, do you?
None.
I'd like to take this time to address a very negative stereotype.
Preach.
That all island men are unfaithful and they're all dogs and they give, just...
No.
you can't let one or two or three or four or even five bad experiences dictate how you feel about all island men. There's so many islands and there's so many men per island. You can't let, a group of like 10 of them out of the hundreds and thousands.
And these are from people who've lost the plot. They've lost the plot. They're gone mad. They're gone sick. They're gone crazy. They're mad in the head. And they have been burned for whatever reason, however how. They got burned and they're taking out their anger on everybody. You know what I mean? Like those crazy kids who got bullied in school by one kid and they want to come and shoot up the whole school. But it's like, bruh, did you even catch your target? What are we doing right now? So these individuals, and you know what? It's normally by somebody who got burned and one of their friends said, hey, Jessica, I don't think you should talk to this guy over here. No, I got this, Jessica. He's on his 15 baby mother. I don't think you should talk to the guy. They're like, no, he's a changed guy. I'm like, Jessica. He's talking to somebody else right now. Oh, no, it's his first cousin. You do what you're good to do, Jess.
Then a month later.
A month? That's a long time.
Story.
2 weeks.
Nah,
and then it switches from, I know what I'm doing, to, I could fix him.
Definitely.
I'm going to save him.
Can't save them.
Can't save him. What J. Cole say? Can't save her one reason?
Can't save them.
Can't
You don't
save
want to be saved.
Can't save him.
Can't save them.
Can't save him. Again, powerful. Just,
Amen to that.
I can't say it anymore. And you're in the club with, it's easy access, easy.
Bro, when you say easy,
And you wear
not
the suit
lying.
too.
Yeah. When you in the club, you not lying, bro. I've seen women come in with no man, leave with a man. Come in with a man, leave with no man. Come in with a man, leave with a different man. Like I've seen a lot of stuff go down in these clubs, man.
Oh, man, I got to hear this story.
Easy is not even the word.
I got to hear this story.
Corona is forcing people right now to stay home.
Well, it's trying. The people are fighting back, bro. Everybody's
There's no
outside.
clubs to go to.
You're right.
There's no clubs to go to. And it's crazy. It's just crazy. Like I mean, I remember my clubbing days, and there was one particular night I was at. I don't remember the name of the club, but it was down in the city, and I'm there at the bar, supporting the bar all the time, and I feel something touching my hair, and I was like, no.
Oh, nah.
Nobody has the audacity to touch my hair. I look to the
nah.
side. It's this young lady. I'm like, okay, this is different. No, I am not gonna reach out and grab her hand, but I just ease my head to the side, and the hair got out. And she looks me in the face. She said, "I like you. You're cute." And I was like, okay, that's good for you to feel that way. Thank you. I appreciate it. I looked at the bartender. I said, hey, can I please get my E&J and Coke? And she said, 1 second. So my girl comes over to me and she says, I'll pay for that for you. I said, now you're being disrespectful. Okay. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm just trying to get a drink, and then I'm going to head back over on the other side of the club. So, I got my drink. The night's going along, and I'm just having a good time. And then who do I see right below me? My girl came up and she proceeded to attempt to dance with me. I'm like, it's not how I live my life, girl. So I had to.
Hit her with the spin move.
I didn't want to do it. But I had to just ease to the side a little bit. And, she proceeded to tell me, like, yo, why don't you just give me a dance? Let's exchange numbers. We could talk. We'd be friends. I was like, nah, I'm sorry. At this particular point in my life, this is just not the journey that I'm on, because I'm on to bigger and greater things. Again, I don't think y'all heard me the first time. Bigger and greater things. So, unfortunately, I couldn't engage. I couldn't engage. My beard's growing out. My locks is getting longer. My mind is getting wiser. So I just can't be involved with it. There was no benefit. There was no upside. Just a lot of downside. So why engage?
A lot of these women we can be friends, or we can just do this
It's a trick.
or that.
It's a trick.
And
It's
their
a
way
trick.
into, and the next thing you know,
You're trying to slide up.
Yeah.
It's a trick. It's a trick. It's a trick. It's like the same way back in the early 2000s, early 90s, when dudes would tell a girl, what your boyfriend got to do with me? It was like, whew.
Back in my unfaithful days, I used that same trick. Like, I'm not trying to take you away from your man. We can just go out on a friend level, this, that, and the third, and then you just ease into that friend spot.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as you get the opportunity, or their man messes up, you're in there.
It only takes one time, and that point where that individual messes up should be some time for reconciliation instead of, I guess the word is misappropriation.
I feel like that's about right.
Right, right. So, I mean, again, we're just trying to show everybody like what you see on the TV, what you hear about from Susan and them girl there, it's not all true. Susan
accurate
made
at
her
all.
mistake. That movie was depicted and made to give us a bad image so that society look down on us not only as oh my, as a people. You know what I mean? Again, Marvelous Life and Times of Faithful Other Men, Illogic, Jay. It's deep. Like I take this very serious right now. A lot of people they don't understand that this is a very, 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 very to the power of 4 serious matter.
You could have squeezed in another very.
I could have squeezed in another very, but I need a little bit of water, so I didn't want to go too much on it. So this is from your clubbing days. You was also mentioning another incident where somebody was waiting outside for you.
Yeah, that is a.
Again, it's hard being an island man in America because you're just seen as a plaything. Jesus, like you tell a lady like, hey, I'm in a relationship. Like, what? Get out of here, shoo. I was like, what? No, I'm doing this. I'm doing this right now. And anyway, I digress. Move forward. Illogic. What happened with that particular individual who waited for you outside of your place of work?
All right. Well, this all started some time ago. Well into my journey of becoming a faithful island man.
Powerful.
Me and this girl I'd known for a while started talking regularly, just as friends. I saw her at an event. We exchanged social media, and then we just started chatting casually. And at first, she was like, you know what? We were just talking in general about her past experiences. She was like, oh, all guys are the same, and this, that, and the third, and they're all dogs, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you know what? That's unfortunate that you had those experiences, but you're not going to lump me into that category. 1, because I'm a faithful island man, and 2, because I'm not even trying to talk to you on that level. So it's okay.
Powerful.
But after about a week or so, she was going through a lot, family issues, stressed with school and work. And I was just talking to her,
It's a lot, yeah.
like a friend would.
Powerful.
So after about a week, she hit me with that, I thought you were one way, but you're a whole complete other way. You're different. I think I like you. And I'm just like,
Okay.
let's see where this goes, because at the time I was single. I was really focused on my work, so it's just like, what, a female
You're
companion
focused on your
would be
career.
nice. Yeah, I usually keep anywhere between like 2 to 4 jobs at a time. You got to stay busy.
You got to get that money. That's what we do.
So yeah, as soon as we started talking, I made that a point. I'm like, I'm a very busy person. Not always going to have time to talk and see you as much as you'd like. I'm just throwing that out there because that's usually an issue somewhere down the line. So we start talking, we hit it off. And, we go on a couple of dates and we're talking. And I realized that spark just wasn't there. But I gave her a chance. So I'm like, you know what? Let me not try to,
Don't
call
judge.
it quits before I've given her a real chance.
Because we work on this. Not just go in a relationship 2 days and, you know what, this ain't working out. The sun came up out the west today. I can't deal with this. I'm out of here. No, we work. We said we're going to figure this out.
Yeah, because I had a habit, back in my immature days of rushing into relationships. I start talking to a girl, we like each other, and then I'm just like, you know what, let's rush in, let's lock it in right now, and that never ends well. Always ends terribly.
Maturity is a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Gotta take time to learn about the person and build that foundation the relationship is going to be built on. Otherwise, it's going to crash and burn.
I would say it's like when you fry plantain. You got to know when to flip it. You got to know when to leave it alone. If you take it out too quick, it's not cooked. If you leave it in there too long, it's burnt. You got to know the right time.
You got to find the sweet spot.
There we go.
But yeah, we started talking, and I'm a very social person. With my line of work, I'm a bouncer, so I see the same, regulars at the club going in and out all the time. I do music, so I have a lot of, fans that listen to my music.
Yes.
So I'm a very social person. I have a lot of...
You have to be. You're in an interactive world, yes.
Yes, exactly.
Very interactive world.
I have a lot of friends. So she came to not like, the attention I was getting. Like, we'd go out to the club on one of my nights off just to chill, get a beer, say what's up to my coworkers. And I'd be interacting with the regulars, chit-chatting. She didn't really like that.
But she's there with you.
Yeah, she's there with me.
I can't understand how that could be a problem.
She later said she felt like when she wasn't there with me that, other things might be going on.
That's an assumption.
It is an assumption.
The first 3 letters in assumption is what she was being right now.
She's very insecure. about
Insecure,
herself.
yes. Insecurity, that will bring down kingdoms. Insecurity will.
In her defense, we did have a conversation about some of the things that happened in her past, but I did my best to reassure her time and again that that's not something she had to worry about with me because I didn't have the time between her and work and sleep because you got to sleep sometimes.
Yes.
I didn't have the time to, and I can barely find the time to properly be with one person. You think I'm gonna take extra time and resources and money to go try to interact with 2, 3? Oh no, I don't have the attention
It's a
span.
financial burden. It's an emotional burden, and it's a mental wear.
I don't have the attention span for that, bro.
Crazy. Go ahead.
But yeah, also on Instagram, I interact with a lot of my fans because not all of them live in the area, so I don't really see them regularly. They might come out to one of my shows, but
Right.
I'm doing a lot of interactions, and people are commenting. Nothing inappropriate, but something that somebody who was looking for a problem would have an issue with.
Right.
Like, oh, why'd this girl comment a smiley face on your picture?
A smiley face.
Maybe she liked the picture.
A smiley face. We talking about a smiley face here.
Very
Not a
insecure.
heart.
Not
Very
the hard eyes.
Not the love eyes.
Not the oh my god,
A
I
smiley
miss you.
face.
Like nothing. Just regular smiley face or a fire emoji.
Very insecure.
I use the smiley face when I'm being a prick. Okay, that's when I whip out the
sarcastically?
that's when I whip out the smiley face. There's no other particular point in time where I would whip out the smiley face. I'm listening to this. I'm just appalled.
Yeah, and like I said, I've multiple conversations, and I would tell her exactly what was going on in my head, exactly what I wanted, exactly what was going on with me and with us, like my intentions, and she would get lost in her own head and come back to me and literally rewrite what I just said. And she'd hit me with the, "Oh, I feel like you're saying this or you mean that," and I'm like,
But
no.
why would someone? I don't understand. Why would someone say, "I feel like you're saying yes"? Okay, we're gonna use that as an example. I say no, but they're like, no. I feel like you're saying yes. I was like, I don't know how you could confuse this when I just said no. And the response is like, but I know you want to say yes. And it's like, but if I wanted to say yes,
I would have said yes.
I would have said yes. So you're so
Insecurity,
busy
man.
thinking for me that you're not even thinking for yourself. You're so busy looking for a problem that's not even there. You understand where I'm coming? You're digging where no one needs to dig.
Amen. I'm
You
gonna use
understand where
that.
I'm coming from?
I'm gonna use that, man.
You're digging
Amen.
where no one needs
Amen.
to dig. You understand? Like, none of this makes any sense. The sign clearly says close, and you're trying to open the door. Nothing is going to be coming that.
Yeah, she had a bad habit of getting lost in her own head and her own thoughts. Like she used to overthink and I guess go off on different tangents and different scenarios. So yeah, I was being about as patient as I could, and like I said, the spark wasn't there, so I was really trying to give her a chance and see if it would form, but it didn't. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to keep wasting her time or trying to force something that's not
That's
there.
a major move. You're not thinking about it from the perspective of like, I don't want to waste my time. You're like, you know what? I don't want to waste her time.
Yeah.
Because she obviously seems to want somebody else. She obviously seems to want something different. She wants somebody that's going to be disrespectful and cheating and do all the wrong things. And you're not that guy.
I wouldn't go that far.
You're not that guy.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, that's what she was digging for.
She adored me, but it's just like I was trying, and yeah, I didn't. Like I said, that's how I knew that I matured to a certain extent. Because normally I would have just ran with it and let her do what she was doing and buy me stuff and take me out until I just was like, yeah, all right, I'm bored with this now. But the more mature me was like, you know what, I don't want to waste my time or her time because she could be looking for somebody else that more fits what she wants
Exactly.
than me. So. And then she was like buying me things, and I was like, okay, I don't want her to waste any more time, any more money, and I think she really went all out, man. She went all out to try to
You know
really
what
lock
it
me
is?
down.
You know what it is? Is insecurity, man. Insecurity, like you said, could break down kingdoms, man.
Kingdoms.
Like, once a woman is insecure about herself and about the next person, it's a horrible thing, man. Horrible thing.
Yeah, I keep saying it's like, yo, if somebody doesn't give you a reason to worry about anything, don't worry about anything. If something pops up, then it is what it is. You deal with it when that particular point in time comes up. But don't just be like, I think he cheating. I think she cheating. Something is. I had a dream. What are you, Malcolm X? Like, what dream you having?
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King. We all had a dream.
Yeah, but it's
I'm
like
more into the Marcus Garvey, so no disrespect. I'm more into the Marcus Garvey.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect
yeah,
that.
but I told her too. I'm like, I could understand if I was giving you reasons to not trust me, but it's
You
just like
wasn't
you.
even given reasons.
You just like you always know where I am or what I'm doing. I'm either home, I'm with you, or if I'm home, I'm talking to you, or I'm at work, or I'm asleep. Like it's not like I was unaccounted for, just out and about for hours and days at a time. you know?
Right. It's sad.
It's very sad.
It's
Very sad.
And where is she now?
I don't. You know what? There's a funny follow up story, but let me just conclude this story really quickly.
Okay.
So
Okay.
like I said, I didn't want to waste her time, so I had a real genuine conversation. I didn't just write her off like this isn't gonna work, whatever. I really talked to her. I explained the situation. I explained how I felt and that I didn't want to waste her time. I tried to, let her down as gently and amicably as possible, but it just didn't work. She couldn't seem to understand. She got very upset, emotional, and this was right before she went away, for a couple weeks. So I'm like, okay, she's gonna go away, clear her head, come back, and we're gonna be good. I was still trying to be cordial with her because this, like I didn't just want to do that and then just shut her out and never talk to her again. That would be kind of fucked up. I feel like that would be fucked up on my part.
Right.
So I was trying to be cordial with her, but she couldn't make that distinction. She was, still trying to talk to me on that level, and I just had to separate myself from it. So we stopped talking.
She was trying to get the milk without paying for the cow.
So we stopped talking, and one night, random, it's like 2:00 in the morning. I'm in my house, chilling, watching anime like Faithful Island men do.
2 o'clock in the morning, gotta catch my Dragon Ball Z.
So my little sister calls me. She's friends with my little sister. My little sister calls me, and she's drunk. My little sister's drunk. So I'm like, all right, what the hell is going on? She's like, she's with that girl and like 2 other people, and they're on their way home from a party, and it's starting to rain, so they're going to stop by my house and call a cab. So I'm like, where y'all going? And they're like, they're all going to the girl's house. And I'm like, y'all can get there without passing my house. And my little sister's like, I know. She was the one that said she wanted to take a shortcut, even though the way that passes my house was a longer route. And they're all just like, all right, whatever.
Get a different meaning for the word shortcut there, huh?
So they all get there. I call a cab. Everybody gets in the cab but her. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Mind you, 2:00 in the morning. It's pouring, raining.
I don't even come out of my house at 2 o'clock in the morning. Nothing
If it
good
wasn't for
happens
the
at 2
fact
o'clock in
that
the
my
morning.
little sister called me and asked me to like put her in a cab, bro, I wouldn't have gone downstairs. But that's the family. So yeah, everybody else gets in the cab but her. She's trying to talk to me and hug up on me and tell me she misses me, and I'm gently pushing her off me like, no, we're not gonna do this right now. And she's like, you don't like me anymore, and I'm like, no, we're not having this conversation right now. You're drunk. It's 2:00 in the morning. It's raining. You need to call a cab. She's like, I'm not going to call a cab. I want to walk. And I'm like, you need to call a cab because it's pouring rain. She's like, no, I'm going to walk. I'm like, you know what? If you really want to walk home right now, I can't force you to get in a cab. Just let me know when you get in the house.
She was trying to get her exercise in.
Yeah. So then she started trying to, and then she started, trying to like hug up on me again. And I'm like, aggressively like,
why is the disrespect happening? Again, the same thing I said earlier. If this was the opposite way around, you be in cuffs right now trying to explain, Your Honor.
I just missed her, that's all. But yeah, I'm more aggressively now. And then she starts crying. Like, she started bawling. Like, you could hear her down the block. And I'm just like, I kind of need you to get out the yard before my landlord comes downstairs and figures out what's going on at 2:00 in the morning. Because that's not going to be good.
Now, this is crazy. This is crazy. She initiated the problems, which initiated the end of said relationship.
Yeah.
Why can't individuals see when they do something wrong and acknowledge it instead of always blaming somebody else for their problems?
I love to play the blame game. That's all.
I tell a lot of people, it's not even just females. I tell a lot of people, don't let what happened to you in the past or with other people dictate what you do in a new relationship.
All facts.
Because that new person
All
that you're
facts.
coming with, they haven't done anything to you. They haven't.
They don't even know nothing about you from the past.
So if you come into that new relationship or that new potential relationship holding on to all of that, that's just gonna, breed issues. Like when I go
It
into
starts off the relationship wrong.
when I go into a new relationship or I start talking to somebody, I like they have a clean slate. Because
Clean
they
slate.
haven't done anything to, lose my trust or make me question them.
Right.
It's like if I went into my relationships holding on to all the stuff that happened before, I'm not really gonna get anywhere. That's not
Nothing
really
good could happen to that.
it's not really fair to them because they don't have a chance to properly build with me, and that's not fair to me because it's just like I'm ruining a good potential thing. So it's just like not even women, just in general. Give everybody a clean slate. If she had done that, then we probably would have, ended up.
Yeah, it's like when I tell one of my brethren he was dating this girl that, I mean, even Satan would be like, whoa. And, he got cheated on and he was like, mad, hurt. I was like, bruh, there's too many signs. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
the thing too. A lot of people, not even just women, I don't want to generalize. A lot of people ignore the signs and the red flags because they really like the person.
It's not your chair, Jay.
They think they'll change or they want to, see if they can fix them. Like there will be red flags and they would ignore them for whatever reason.
And then now when they mess up over there, they bring that into a new relationship.
Yeah, and then it's the other person's fault.
Then it's the other person's fault.
Men
One
and
of
women,
my
not
good
just
friends,
women.
he was with a we like to refer to these particular set of ladies as terrors. She was a terror back in the day. And of course terrors do what terrors do, and she blowed some stuff up, his heart. And then after that, he became a terror too. And then he started hurting individuals who should have never been hurt in the first place. I saw him with a good girl. And how do I know she was a good girl? Because I know she was a good girl. And, he's still living his ways. And I was like, yo, bro, you
But how did you know she was a good girl?
when you drink your Simas and your others and you live the right way, you have a sixth sense for this. You understand? So when you get back to your roots, you feel it a little bit more. So
Gotcha.
I knew she was a good girl. And I tell him, like, yo, this is the one for you. You need to calm down, relax, and so on, and, be blessed. He's like, nah, I have to live my life. So, dude, you can't hurt this one in the journey because she don't deserve that. She's done nothing to you, and you're still living this life. And then, his response was, yo, I got to do what I got to do. And I said, you know what? That's on you. But I'll tell you what's going to happen. You're going to hurt her, and then she's going to leave. And then being that she's a good girl, she's going to get to where she needs to be, and she's going to be who she should be without you. And then you're going to be at the Chinese restaurant on Tuesday because you ain't got nobody home to make you nothing to eat. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not going to say that's what happened, because what happened to him was worse, which was that he ran into another terror and
They messed him up even more.
he got a kid from that terror.
Oh, yikes.
And then she did the original American dream. She hit him with that child support. So that good CEO money he was making has now been dedicated to society,
Yeah.
So he belongs to the streets. It is what it is. It's a horror story. I wish he had listened. I wish he had take a different route. And, if he hears this and he doesn't want to talk to me, then, that's okay. You're doing me a favor, because I can't be around individuals like you who are living your life in such a reckless abandonment. It's not beneficial. But as we run into the time, Illogic, we're happy you're here. Hopefully you could come back a little bit more. I'm sorry, more. Jay, you haven't said anything all night, but you
I'm
kick
just
rocks.
listening. I'm just
kick
listening.
rocks. When you listen to it, done. Anyway, go kick rocks. I hope everybody could join us next week. Yes, if you
Shout
get a
out to
chance.
Instagram.
Yeah, hit us up on Instagram at official Faithful Island Men. It's a lot to say, but it's official FIMS. Official FIMS, which is for Faithful Island Men Syndicate. We're not just the movement, we are the culture.